we are like saying that diplomats at Versailles were unfair. Were what? Fair. So we are going to first go deep about the Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919, where we are going to analyze the failures of the Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919. Friends, I will tell you our customer Farouk of Uganda's idea, believe that you can. Believe that you do what? Believe that you can. Even at a time when the waves are so large, you must believe that you do what? You can. So let us see the failures of the Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919. Number one, the Versailles Peace Treaty failed to apportion the blame for causing World War I properly. So we are saying that diplomats at Versailles failed to apportion the blame properly. When it came to apportioning the blame for causing World War I, the diplomats blamed only one country, a country called Germany. This makes us believe that indeed the diplomats failed in this because they were supposed to apportion the blame properly, but they said in the war guilty clause that it was only Germany that caused the what? The war. So we are saying that diplomats failed in apportioning the blame because in blaming countries for causing World War I, the diplomats blamed only one what? Country called Germany. What about other countries like Serbia that really pulled the trigger? In this case, we are criticizing the diplomats at Versailles. Another one, the Versailles Peace Treaty failed to disarm other powers. You remember, the disarmament clause was very good because the diplomats were saying arms race caused the World War I. So disarming countries was good. But when it came to disarming countries, they disarmed only one country called what? Germany. Why disarming only Germany? They were saying countries participated in arms race and this caused the World War I. But when it came to disarmament, they disarmed only one country called what? Germany. So the diplomats failed in this, my friend. They were unrealistic. Let me first explain now, you'll ask it. The treaty failed to cater for Germany's economic interests. When it came to economic interests of Germany, the treaty failed to cater for Germany's economic interests. Why? Because by this time, we believe that the German colonies were taken. German colonies were what? Were taken. As the German colonies were taken, it meant that Germany's economic interests were not considered altogether. Because Germany was made to lose the colonies. In losing the colonies, it meant that the economic interests of Germany were not catered for. Another one, it was dictated on to Germany. I want you to be attentive on this one. The Versailles Peace Treaty of 1919 was dictated onto what? Germany. The Germans were not invited to discuss the terms of the treaty. They invited other countries, but the Germans were just called upon and they were told to sign and accept the terms of the Versailles Peace Treaty. So we are criticizing the diplomats of Versailles settlement because when it came to the Versailles Peace Treaty, it was dictated on Germany. Germany was not allowed to speak. It was just called and it was told to sign and accept the terms of the what? The treaty. This was really not good and it was a failure on the side of the diplomats. Another one, It undermined the Weimar Republic. This was the new Republican government that had been established in Germany following the abdication and escape of William II. It was therefore this Weimar that accepted the harsh terms of the Versailles Peace Treaty. You look at this. The diplomats made the new government in Germany, Weimar Republic, to sign and accept the terms of the Versailles Peace Treaty. So in making the Versailles Peace, in making the Weimar Republic to sign and accept the terms of the Versailles Peace Treaty, the diplomats undermined the Weimar Republic. So we are saying that diplomats, indeed, they were unfair. It created several independent states that later became a problem. The several independent states that were created later became a problem. Czechoslovakia, Poland, they became a problem. Why? Because later these states were attacked by Germany altogether. In other words, they created weaker states. They created weaker what? Weaker states. So we are criticizing the diplomats of the Versailles Peace what? Peace Treaty. Another one.
They said they were attacked by Germany.
No, we are saying that several independent states that were created were attacked by Germany in future because they were weak altogether. They gave them their independence, but because they were weak, they were attacked by what? Germany. So we are saying that diplomats indeed were a failure in this. Another one. The treaty failed to check on the German rearmament programs. You remember German, instead of disarming, German came up with the rearmament program. Rearmament what? Program. Where it went ahead and started producing dangerous military what? Equipment. This makes us believe that the diplomats failed in this because they wanted to disarm German, but German practiced rearmament. The treaty failed to cater for Italy and Japan. It is said Italy and Japan were not rewarded well. So we are criticizing the diplomat of the Versailles Peace what? Peace Treaty. Another one. It led to the rise of dictatorial leaders. We believe that dictatorial leaders that came up anyway, like in German, Adolf Hitler. Adolf what? Hitler. And in Italy, Benito Mussolini. These were dictators. So we are criticizing the diplomats because of their unfairness. The dictators capitalized on the unfairness of the Versailles Peace Treaty to campaign for themselves, to get political power. Because they promised the people that for them they were going to turn against the Versailles Peace what? Peace Treaty. Another one. The Versailles Peace Treaty failed to ensure lasting peace in Europe. The Versailles Peace Treaty failed to ensure lasting peace in Europe. We are saying today, lasting peace was not created because in 1939, we believe World War II emerged. They capitalized on the unfairness of the Versailles Peace Treaty by this time, and by this time, they had to cause World War II. So the diplomats were unrealistic. So we are trying to say the Versailles Peace Treaty, in a bid to promote peace, did what? Failed. And we are criticizing the diplomats of the Versailles Peace what? Peace Treaty. We are criticizing the diplomats of the Versailles Peace Treaty in a bid